Good morning. It is the beginning of the work week. It's Monday, and this is Yoga by Beka. Today we're doing Ugly Monday Yoga. For any of those who might have had trouble getting out of bed today, like me, let's just get it done, So, I'm trying to refresh, reset, and feel renewed even when I don't feel motivated. Let's start out by sitting on our mat in a cross-legged position, our thumb and first finger touching, and let's regulate our breath. Just breathing in and breathing out. Because it's Ugly Yoga Monday, you don't have to have your house clean, you don't have to have makeup on, you don't have to look good. We're all ugly. Acceptance is here. We're just trying to uplift from within, so bring the breath from within, completely melt away anything external. Don't think about anything but breathing in and breathing out. Maybe breathe in for a few counts and count, and then exhale and count your breath out. Lean over to your left side, arm overhead, deepening that side stretch. Relaxing every muscle in your body with each breath as you do the stretching. Now opposite side. Feel that nice curve in the side of your body. Let your head be heavy. Breathing in and breathing out. Back to center. Let's wake up your arms a little bit. Sit tall with the crown of your head pointing to the heavens and do a body twist, grabbing each other's opposite knees and just kind of doing a bit of a wake up for your spine. Then settle on one side and try to look over your shoulder, stretching out that neck. And the other side. Beautiful. Now back to center. Turn your legs around and sit on your mat. Lift your legs up and your arms into boat pose. If you can, lift your arms and your legs, extend them out, holding balance, holding a meditative stare at a focal point. When ready, release, cross your ankles, and transfer over into your tabletop position. From this point, do a few figure eights, or perhaps some circles in a clockwise position, then counterclockwise, warming up the wrists. We're going to be doing a lot of planks. Warm up your shoulders, going back and forth. Introducing movement into the shoulders, forearms, and wrists. Now on the rhythm of your breath, let's do some cat-cows, opening and releasing and just creating space in the spine. I am old, I have a bad back, and it feels so good to introduce movement first thing in the morning after I might have slept on it funny. Curve your toes under, lift your knees and hips, sending them backwards into your first downward facing dog. Take this time to pedal out your feet. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Take your dog for a walk. Walk your feet to meet your hands. Slowly on an inhalation, curve and pull your body up vertebrae by vertebrae slowly. Reach your hands to the sky and then pull down into prayer position to your heart center. Back up to the sky, then down into forward fold. Halfway lift up. Send your right leg back into high lunge. Meet you the other foot back to plank position. Hold for a breath, then slowly lower down into chaturanga. Hover. Now go into the back bend of your choice. Cobra or upward facing dog. Lift up, back into your downward facing dog. Step your left foot in between the two hands. Lift up into a lunge. Frame your foot again. Other foot meets that. Downward, forward fold. Melt into it. Slowly lift your body up, vertebrae by vertebrae, reaching for the sky. Prayer position down into your heart center. Back up again. Paint that wall, slice that cheese, get back down into your forward bend. Take that left foot out, high lunge. Frame your foot, plank. Chaturanga, slowly lowering down. Take some time to hover, wake up your arms. Then the back bend of your choice. I'm doing an upward facing dog. Melt back into your downward facing dog and repeat. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Frame that foot with your hands. Step together. Forward bend, halfway up. Melt back down. Inhale and lift slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Reach for that sky. Pull down into prayer position at heart center. Back up again. Stretching. Forward bend, but this time sink your hips backwards into chair position. Reaching for that sky, feel the weight in the back of your heels. Now step your left foot backwards into high lunge, squeezing your thighs together for stability. Turn the back foot out. Windmill your arms open into warrior two position. Look beyond your fingertips to get a twist in your neck. Flip the palm forward and bend backwards. Enjoying that side stretch. Wakening up those legs. Straighten your front leg. And now let's go into triangle pose. Open up that chest to your side and just open up that chest in your heart, reaching high to the sky. Put your hand down to meet the other and straighten up the back leg to where your toes are both facing the front of the mat. You may want to shorten your stance. Now do an inverted or opposite side opening of the chest. So do triangle pose, but on the opposite side with your arm reaching up. Squeezing your thighs together for stability. Meet your feet together at the back of the mat into plank position. And slowly lower down, chaturanga. Up into your back bend of choice. I'm doing an upward facing dog. Then transfer back into your downward facing dog. Jump in between your hands into forward fold. Now we're going to reach up and go back into chair position. Sit a little deeper, sink those hips back a little more. Awaken those legs and feel the weight in the backs of your heels. Take that opposite leg, let's do the other side. Step back into high lunge. Turn out the back foot into your warrior two position. Look over the tips of your front hand, flip palm upwards, lean back. Straighten that front leg, windmill over to your triangle pose. If you can, put your hand on the mat, opening up your chest and your heart center to the side, and just really enjoying the pose. When ready, take your back foot and point the toes towards the front of the mat, shortening your stance for stability. Both hands on the mat. Now take that opposite hand and reach upward to do that inverted triangle pose. Twisting in an opposite fashion as long as your body allows it and it feels good to you. Don't force anything, and if you need to bend your front leg, do so. There's no rules here. Now take your foot back to meet the other in plank position. Push that ground away. And with power and strength, lower yourself down into chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra, whatever your back bend of choice is. And then down into your downward facing dog. Hop up into a forward fold. Slowly lift up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Now face the side of your mat, opening up your legs into a very wide stance. Hands on hips. Hinge your hips to where you forward bend slowly over. Movement comes from the hips. Slowly lower your head, the crown of your head towards your mat. If it feels good, put your hands and rest them on your ankles, your mat. If you want a deeper stretch, walk your hands in between your legs towards the back if you feel up to it. Walk your hands over to the right side of your leg, folding over it. Now walk your hands over to the left leg and fold over that leg. Back to center. Slowly lift up. Turn your toes to the outer sides of your mat. Sink your hips down into goddess pose. If you need to place your hands on your thighs for stability, feel free to do so. Perhaps you'd like to put your hands into a prayer position. Try to stay here, and this is going to create some heat. I like to recite the Lord's Prayer while I'm in this pose to ensure that I stay in this pose long enough to do some good, and because I need the help of Jesus to do this one. All right, now turn the other way. Let's go back down into a forward fold. Look up halfway, hop back into a plank position. Slowly lower down into chaturanga. I like to hover as much as I can to build strength in my arms. And then back into your downward facing dog. Now lift up your right leg, stack the hips, bend that knee, and let's do some circles. Circle away from you a few times. Circle towards your body a few times. Beautiful. Now pull that knee in to meet that wrist. Flip it over into that angle and sit down into pigeon pose. When ready, lower down over top of it to fold over that leg, enjoying the stretch in your hip. Lift yourself up and let your feet meet each other at the bottom of the mat, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high in the air, stack your hips, bend your knee at an angle. Let's do some circles. Now opposite direction. Now when ready, step that foot through, meet your wrist, lay it down, pigeon pose, then bend and relax over it, taking a little rest, enjoying the stretch in your hip. Lift yourself up. Let your feet meet into the back of the mat. Get into tabletop position. Make your toes kiss, widen up those knees, and then slowly send your hips backwards into child's pose. Enjoy this restful moment. This is the end of the practice. Thank you so much for joining me for Ugly Monday Yoga time. This is a morning where at times I just remember that it doesn't matter how you show up for yourself as long as you show up, and you don't have to be happy about it. Maybe you wanted to stay in bed. Maybe you might be feeling a little sick today or discouraged, but Show up for yourself anyway, and every time you do, you are demonstrating that you can count on you. You pulled it together and you did what you had to do this morning. I'm very proud of you as well as proud of myself. Have a beautiful day, a productive day, and you got what it takes to go get them. Just remember, it doesn't matter if you're on the struggle bus as long as you got up that morning and, all aboard. Peace and blessings. Stay prayed up. From my house to yours, I love you. Bye.